Welcome to Thrifty Mom's DIY. I'm your host, Mama Thrifty. Today we're going to be making twin mattress headboards out of wood pallets. They can also be converted into king-size headboards. The wood pallets are actually the perfect size for twin beds. However, I often have company over, so I made two and put them together. Once you get your wood pallet, the first step is to wash it off and disinfect if needed. Here's a picture of how ours originally looked when my son and I picked them up. They were in pretty rough shape, but we hosed them off and got all of the dirt and mud off of the wood pallets. We also sprayed them down with a disinfectant because there were a few places that had mold and bugs on them. I doubt the disinfectant would kill the bugs, but it just made me feel better. Then we left them outside to dry. The second step consisted of cutting legs to mount the wood pallets. I took some leftover 2x4s that we had in the garage, and I measured and cut them down to use as the legs. To get the height I needed to use, I measured all of the other headboards we had in the house and took the average height. For us, the average height was about 55 inches. So for my wood pallets, I cut the 2x4s down to 20 inches high and left 7 inches showing at the bottom to lift the wood pallet up enough to hit the 55 inches that I wanted. The third step is to mount the legs to the wood pallets. To do this, I simply used some screws that we already had and a drill with the needed bit. Since this was going to be mounted to the inside of the wood pallet, I wasn't too concerned about the look that the screws would leave. The fourth step is painting the wood pallets. I ended up using white paint because frankly, I had a gallon of white paint sitting around. It wasn't anything special, just something I had left over from another project. So I used a regular 2-inch brush and started to paint. As you can see, I got a wonderful whitewash finish without even trying. I just simply started with a little bit of paint and spread it out as far as I can make it go. I did this for two reasons. One, I'm thrifty and I don't want to waste a lot of paint right off the bat. Second, the less coats of paint, the better, because I have a job, 2 kids, a husband, a dog. I don't need to spend days painting something over and over again. The fifth step is an obvious step, letting the wood pallet dry. After I painted all of the wood, front, back, and the legs, I set it out in the sun. I wasn't sure how much of the paint would absorb into the wood, but I didn't want to wait days to find out either. It really didn't take that long at all because after a few hours, it was fully dry. The final step is installing the wood pallet frames. We place them in our kids' playroom. I just simply leaned them up against the wall with enough of an angle that they wouldn't fall forward, but not too much to where they would stick out too far. I did end up installing large stick-on felt pads, the ones that you use for the bottoms of chairs or on cabinet doors so they don't bang. So when they rested on the wall, they didn't damage it. I also didn't connect them to the bed frames because I knew that we'd be using them in different configurations. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, share, and comment, and stay tuned for more from the Thrifty Mom's DIY channel.